Emily needs you in here and talking to her, please. Cameron's stressing her out.
Good evening. I'm Doug, and I have notes. 1 second. Hello and welcome. I'm Doug. And I have notes.
Alright, man. Let's talk. What do you want to talk about?
His dad got a selfie stick for Christmas.
Oh, my dad got a selfie stick. Yeah, I got it. He loves it though. He does.
It's amazing. Yeah. Someone's gonna tell me where to stand for 2 hours while taking pictures of me. Or I'll just run away and they'll just do what I want.
Just go off and take. Can you just do a selfie wedding photography?
Here's me walking in.
I would actually like to share a story with you guys about when Cameron and I were younger. From the days when we were playing a lot of music together. It was a very cold spring day, if I remember right, and we went to go play music underneath the bridge that was close to my house. We would go there at like ungodly hours of the night and play like incredibly loud. Sometimes cops would show up, sometimes they wouldn't. It was actually so cold that the river that was underneath the bridge was frozen over, or so we thought. After trying to play for a while with freezing fingers, we would take turns going back and forth playing guitar. We decided to call it a night. So we had played for a while, we got cold, our fingers were too, cold to play. We decided to call it a night. So we decided in order to save some time, we were gonna cross over the water, which was frozen, in order to save about 20 minutes of time. Now, the next thing that happened, we don't fully know what happened. Either I told Cameron to walk in the wrong direction, or maybe he didn't hear what I said, but as Cameron walked to a certain section of the lake, walked to a certain section of the river, the ice actually broke underneath him. And it was only a couple feet deep, but he plunged into the water, and he was carrying our prized guitar that we would play down there. And instinctively, Cameron, as he fell through the ice, he raised both his hands with the guitar, holding it out of the water, as he tried to walk out. I'm never gonna forget that act, that selfless act. And even though it's a goofy story, I actually do want to use it as a lighthearted example of how you, Cameron, should approach life.
Being the oldest of the two, got to open hers first, and she opened it, and it was some type of chocolate. But inside for Emily, there were 6 littler packages, and I could just see Emily's eyes light up, striking gold. I'm getting more chocolate than Jill did. And she opened up the first package, and it was a little bright colored plastic frog. So that didn't faze her too much. She went to the next one. Was another bright plastic colored frog. Needless to say, all 6 of them were bright plastic colored frogs. And the look on her face was like, and she looked over at Jill, and Jill slammed that chocolate in her mouth. So as a dad looking at this situation, I had to start talking up the frogs to Emily. And so we started talking about tree frogs and why they were different colors, and I got books on it. We went to the library, we did some research on it, and then for the next 10 years as I traveled on business, everywhere I went, I found some type of unique frog that I brought home to Emily. So she had this huge collection of frogs. And so the reason I bring this up, it's really part of the blessing that I want to give to Cameron and Emily. And that is, There are some things that look really, really cool, like that chocolate. But you eat it, you consume it, your joy is over almost immediately. But the thing with the frogs were, on the surface, it looked like something that you didn't want. You wanted that chocolate, but that frog gave you a gift that kept giving for the next 10 or 15 years. And so, as a father, I give you my blessing for your marriage. My prayer for you is that God also blesses your marriage. And I love you.
Cameron, you may now kiss your beautiful bride. Turn and face them. So it is now my privilege to introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Cameron and Emily Porter.
If you know me well, you know that my three sisters are my best friends, and I love them more than anything. Lately, we've become really close. I didn't think that would ever change. I didn't think I could love anyone else that same way. Just like the day I met Cameron, like he fit in with our family perfectly, and it's just like, I honestly can say that I love you the same way and the same amount that I love my sisters, and I'm so happy that you're in our family. I love you guys.
It will make a lot of sense. You're going to say I will. And then I will turn to you, Emily, same thing, and you will end with saying I will. I do. You can say whatever you want as long as it's some sort of affirmative, I guess.